Welcome back to the World Trade Webcast. I'm Greg Sandler, president of ThinkGlobal.com, the B2B marketplace for global trade leads. This week on the World Trade Webcast, we're focusing on Negotiating Your Investments by Stephen Blum. Blum, who teaches at the Wharton School of Business, says no one has to accept what's offered. But first, you must hone your negotiating skills. Steve, the first section of your book focuses on what the best negotiators do. Could you briefly summarize the process of a negotiation and what the keys are for strengthening your position?
Yes, Greg. We talk about breaking a negotiation down into 4 phases and 7 elements. So let me just introduce each of those to you. The 4 phases of any negotiation. The first phase is preparation. It's important, and you want to be as prepared as you possibly can be. Of course, you're going to need a framework for structuring your preparation, and that's where the 7 elements of any negotiation will come in. So the first phase is preparation, then you move into the second phase. At some point, you sit down, at least metaphorically, with the other side. This we call the gathering information stage of any negotiation. You're sitting across the table, even if you're across the world over the internet or over a phone, and you're trying to gather as much information as you possibly can about everything that you need to know, all the things that you've figured out in your preparation you need to learn more about. At some point, you'll move into the third phase of a negotiation, and that is bargaining and exploring back and forth what the deal might be. Let me caution you, though, that the second stage, the information gathering stage, is extremely valuable to you, and you really don't want to leave that prematurely. Try to stay in the stage where you're gathering information for as long as you possibly can. As soon as somebody mentions a price or a term, you see what happens. Everybody pulls their cards against their chest and becomes very cautious, and the tone in the room changes. Eventually, you must go into that third phase, though, and what you're looking for is, what can I trade to the other side that will have great value for them, but maybe easier or cheaper for me to offer? And in exchange, what can I get that has greater value for me, but perhaps is less dear for them? Those are the exchanges that create value. Finally, at some point, we move to closing the deal and making an agreement. What you're looking for there is commitment, for a real binding way to have both sides, particularly the other side, really do all that they promised to do. So those are four stages of any negotiation. Now let me mention 7 elements of any negotiation. And you can break a negotiation down into these 7 pieces, and you can literally use a yellow pad, and when you're doing your preparation and as you're negotiating, you can divide it into, or perhaps 7 pages. I personally use 7 different yellow pads to keep track of each phase. So, each element. And so the 7 elements of any negotiation, the first one is, what are your alternatives? If you have to walk away from this negotiation and the whole deal breaks down, what are you going to do instead? What can you do? What's available to you as an alternative? The second element of any negotiation are interests, the deep underlying desires that really get you to what you really want. The third element is options. How can we structure this deal among many, many possible ways to structure this deal? What is the best? Now, let me pause there to say, for a lot of us, the word alternative and the word option are synonyms. They mean almost the same thing. In negotiation speak, they're very different. Alternatives are those things which you would do outside of this negotiation, instead of this negotiation, if it breaks down. Options, on the other hand, are all the ways you can structure this very deal that you're working on. Okay, so those are the first 3, alternatives, interests, and options. The fourth element, we talk about legitimacy. And here what we're really talking about is fairness, both with regard to substance and also with regard to process. everyone wants to be treated fairly. You do, so does the other side. My teachers at Harvard always emphasized that the way we look for fairness is through outside measures that they refer to as objective criteria. The fifth element of any negotiation is communication, and how we're communicating, and particularly whether they are actually receiving all the messages that we want them to receive, and whether we are understanding all they want us to understand. The sixth element is relationship. And here we emphasize that there's a relationship at the table right now as we negotiate. There's an overall relationship in this negotiation. There's a relationship between the parties above and beyond this negotiation. And importantly, there's the potential relationship. Could this relationship be far more important or valuable to us than we realize at this time? And finally, the seventh element of any negotiation is commitment. And this is the issue of how do we actually make it so that everyone in the negotiation really wants to follow through and do what they promise to do? How binding are those things we've agreed to? Not only the final agreement, but small sub-agreements throughout the process. How binding are they, and when do they bind, and when do they not bind? So that's 7 elements of a negotiation, 4 phases of any negotiation, and that, putting all those together, is a systematic way to think about, prepare for, plan for, and execute negotiations.
Steve, terrific overview. That's all the time we have today, but we'll pick up this discussion again tomorrow. And as you've pointed out here, certainly negotiation and all of these tips for negotiating your investments are just as applicable in a business setting as they are for financial matters. More information about the book, Negotiating Your Investments, can be found online. In the meantime, please join us tomorrow for the 3rd in our series, talking with author Stephen Blum. And for the latest schedule of upcoming Think Global webcasts, subscribe to us with any of the links below and bookmark this page. All of our previous episodes can be found right here at thinkglobal.com/webcast. And thanks for watching.